Okay, here we go, boys, on another amazing lesson. This is going to be a really important one. This one is the one that gives you drive and direction. What would be possible for you if you could create a strong drive in yourself and in others to take effective action? All of us have some aspect of our life we'd like to change. And being able to understand how to strongly, purposefully, and powerfully influence that change in our life is a critical aspect to bettering our life. And the key to that is ambition. Ambition is the desire to change your current situation into a different future situation. And the cool part about ambition is that it's all about change. The more change you want in your life, the more ambition that you need. If you are dissatisfied where you are, you need to increase your ambition, which is going to give you a number of things, right? There's three key things that ambition gives you, and there's three key parts to ambition. These two sets of items are critical for your mastery of ambition. Anytime that our ambition is beyond our current situation, right? Anytime we have a bigger ambition than we have capability, we find ourselves with a gap. And anytime we want to close that gap, we need to institute change, right? So our dissatisfaction of our current situation is what creates ambition, right? That ambition is that gap from where we are today and where we want to be tomorrow. And the only way to do that is to produce change. Hence, why ambition and change are directly tied together. The more ambition you want, the more change you want. Now, the same thing is true. The less change you want, the less ambition you're going to have. And now this is a critical aspect. Having high ambition is not necessarily good. And having low ambition is not necessarily bad. In both our lives as individuals, we need to have a mix of high ambition parts of our life and low ambition parts of our life. The low ambition parts of our life, where we're satisfied with that situation, we want to remain the same. We don't want change. And in the high ambition parts of our life, that's where we want to create change. Now, the same thing is true within teams. If you had a team of nothing but highly ambitious people, you're going to have conflict because there's going to be way too much change in way too many directions. Every team needs a good balance of strong, low ambition people that are very consistent. They provide the foundation upon which the ambition rocket ship can launch. And so being able to understand that ambition is a tool that we can use to create action and change in ourselves and in others, you start to comprehend the power of understanding ambition. There's three purposes or three uses for ambition. And these three uses start with purpose. Purpose is that which drives a specific end. Purpose is that thing that drives us to some specific future that we want. And I know in the past we've talked about the importance of purpose and how important having purpose is to us as human beings. When we have a strong purpose, we feel powerful, we feel empowered to take action, and ultimately the ability to feel fulfilled depends on having purpose. If you don't have a purpose, all you have is struggle in your life. When you have a purpose and you struggle towards that purpose, it feels like accomplishment. So having a strong, clear ambition gives us a clear purpose. The next thing is power, right? That drive to take action. Power is the ability to influence change. When we have a strong, clear ambition, a clear purpose, we're going to start producing the power to influence that change, to create that change. And the last thing is action. Without ambition, it's very hard to be in action, specifically choice in motion, right? We can't see our choices, but we can see our actions. So by having clear, strong, and powerful ambition, that's going to provide us with a clear purpose that that end through which we're driving towards, power, which is our ability to get there. And most importantly, it's going to start putting us into action to create that change through use of our power to fulfill our purpose. The other key part to it is, I believe the most valuable asset that we have is our attention, right? Not even our time, right? People talk about how our time is limited. It's something we can't get back. I believe that our attention is even more valuable, because our attention is what's going to direct not only our focus, but it's going to direct our power, our ambition, our choice, and consume things like time, energy, relationships, capital. And so an ambition, and a strong ambition, controls that attention and that focus. A really strong ambition gives us clear focus on our purpose, what actions we have to take, what power we have to build and use. It also gives us clear attention, right? When you have a strong burning ambition, it's hard to think about anything else. So as an individual, you can see how being a master at controlling your ambition really can impact you in a huge way, from your attention, your focus, your purpose, your power, your actions. Now, as a manager or a leader, it's even more important, because ultimately my job as a leader is to influence and control, or at least influence and empower people to have strong ambitions, and make sure that all of their ambitions are pointed in the right direction to get us to fulfill the purpose of the team. And the way we're going to do that, both build ambition and influence ambition, is by having an understanding of the three key parts. So 3 key parts to having an ambition. The first one is clarity on your current situation. You can't know where you're going if you don't know where you're starting. And it's very hard to have a strong ambition if you're very satisfied with your current situation. What produces a strong ambition is the fact that where I am today is not where I want to be tomorrow. And so the first step to building a powerful ambition is to have clarity on my current situation. The next one is clarity on the future situation I want to create. It's impossible to have a strong, clear, and powerful ambition if I'm just dissatisfied with today, with no idea what I want tomorrow to be. And so being able to not only be clear on where I am, but where I'm going, is the first 2 pieces to being able to leverage and create a strong ambition. And now this last one is the most important part. There's many of us today that sit here today in inaction, right? Not taking action. We're not happy where we are, right? We're clear on how today isn't very good. We're clear on the tomorrow that we want to produce, but we're still in action, right? How many times have you been stuck, or better yet, where you've seen someone else stuck and all they do is complain about how crappy today is, and they talk about what beautiful future they want to create, but they don't take any action? I know as a high-performing individual, that is extremely frustrating to me. But it's because they're missing the key third component of ambition, and that's the perception of power to change their current situation into their future situation. Right? You can be completely dissatisfied with today. You can be perfectly clear on where you want to go tomorrow. Yet if you know that you can't do it, if you can't produce that change, if you don't have the power to influence that change around you, you're stuck in inaction. And so that third piece is one of the most important pieces, the ability to create that perception that we have the ability to create the change we need to turn our current situation into a different future situation. So how do you apply all of this? The first thing that I would say is being clear on those 3 purposes of ambition. Where in your life do you need more purpose, more power, or more action? Where in your life are people fulfilling the wrong purpose? We're collecting or using or not having enough power, or making bad choices and taking ineffective action. Using those three things, those three parts, those three things that give us and enable us to have purpose in ambition is going to be a good way to diagnose where we need to start engineering a stronger ambition. The second way that you implement this is around the production of a powerful ambition. So when you find yourself with clear purpose, with power to take action in effective action, you know you're going to need these three things. The first thing is real clear picture of where you are today, a really clear picture of where you want to go tomorrow, and a good understanding of the power that you need to get there and the experience and confidence to control your path from your current situation to the future situation you want, therefore fulfilling your ambition. Now, this is just as important as a leader, because ultimately one of your most important tasks as a leader is to influence the ambition of those that you lead, to make sure that they are most effective for the individual and most effective for the team. So hopefully this lesson on ambition was impactful. And the next time you find yourself stuck, dissatisfied with where you are today, know that you have the power to create an effective, useful, and functional ambition to direct your action, to give you the power and purpose you need to make effective choices and take effective actions. And when you start getting really good at that, start leveraging it as a leader to help others engineer powerful ambitions for themselves. This is Larry Yatch, signing off after another great lesson. If there's anything we can ever do to help you bring more ambition into your life or your teams, make sure to contact us. On top of that, hit that subscription button. We're going to keep sending out these amazing lessons in personal performance, human performance, teams, and hit that notification button so whenever a new lesson comes up, you'll be the first one to know. I can't wait to see you next time. Have a great day.